further, we are now joined by Sunil Subramaniam, who's a market expert. And very good morning, Sunil. So how is the market setup looking like to you today? You know, when we talk about the global markets, it's been a winning session on Wall Street. Do you think that impact is going to follow on for the Indian markets as well today?
I think so, because after yesterday's correction, I think there will be a kind of bounce back. And I think the Wipro earnings, I think the IT sector has been under pressure because of the TCS results. But I think Wipro's good guidance for the future should give some comfort there, as well as LTM Mindtree. So I think as the earnings season is panning out, you're seeing that IT is holding up, so which has been an underperforming sector. So I expect that to kind of start picking up on a relative valuation basis. We'll also look at the banks. I think the Axis Bank was a one-off NPA provisioning change in norms that they did. Otherwise, the banking results have been okay. We've got to look at credit growth and consumption growth, how they happen. But otherwise, I think that today's market should see stabilization compared to yesterday.
Okay, and I wanted to scratch that point further on IT earnings. Most of the large cap and several mid cap IT companies have now reported their numbers, and we've seen some kind of positive commentary that came in from Wipro, where they say that the second half of this financial year is expected to be better than H1. How do you read this, and how do you expect the stock to react? In fact, not just Wipro, the entire IT sector.
See, I think the IT sector has been oversold for quite some time. If you take the year-to-date numbers, it's underperformed the Nifty by a huge margin. So I think that there's due for a catch-up. But what is preventing that catch-up is the fact that FIs are not yet warm towards India. I think they are still, from a valuation perspective, looking at China and emerging Europe as a better bet. The US, of course, continues to be strong for them. So the earnings season there also has been good. So I think that what's happening is that FIs have not come back strongly, and that's why the IT sector has been under pressure. Now, as the result season is coming and the links are looking better, I expect that when the FIs return, IT will be a favored pick for them. So I would say that we'll wait. I think the big Infosys number is still due on the 23rd. So probably you will get a clear direction after those numbers and the guidance they give. But I think that, like I've been saying for some time now, IT is due for a pullback over the medium term.
All right, so IT is due for a pullback over the medium term. That's the view coming in. But Sunil, now talking about the capital goods sector as well. Now, ABB Global, that reported its earnings yesterday. And despite that 9% downtick we saw in the order intake for India, the stock did rally yesterday. Not rally, but it did see significant gains. So was the picture for Thermax. So do you think we are up for another, rally in capital goods stocks basis the private capex that is, gradually started to pick up?
I think so, because you see what's happened is that private capex is waiting for the capacity utilization to build up, but you can slowly see the green shoots there starting. See, urban consumer demand is still showing to be weak, but rural consumption, because of the monsoon, is picking up. And that augurs well for the capacity utilization, because rural is all small ticket numbers which build up the volumes. So from that point of view, I think especially the flows from domestic mutual funds and insurance companies are what are going to drive the market until the FIs come back. And their focus is clearly going to be around the domestic scenario where the capital goods sector is up in front center. Because any export oriented international sector will wait for the tariff and the PTA to come. So domestic fund managers would hesitate to take a call on any external oriented. And when they focus their energies, you're seeing that the flows are continuing to be strong. In fact, I think the mutual funds have also over the last 2 months deployed heavily their cash balances. So from the point of view that domestics, as long as they are driving the market, you'll see domestic oriented like capital goods do well, because the outlook is that over the next year and a half, private capital should generally bounce back and pick up.
Mr. Subramaniam, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and helping us decode several stocks and sectors that will be in focus today and how they are expected to react in today's trading session. Thanks so much for joining us. But shifting focus then, which are the other cues and events you should keep your eye out on in today's